This movement is one of the best movements you can do to bulletproof your knees, build strong quads, and increase your resilience to injury. But it's not easy. You probably shouldn't start with this movement, but you can get there. I'm Dr. Sean Hiller. I'm a physical therapist and a certified strength and conditioning specialist. Welcome to the Vulcan blog. And today we're talking about a sissy squat and how we can go through a sissy squat progression in order to strengthen our knees. First off, diving directly into the sissy squat probably isn't a good idea, and it can cause problems, especially if you already have knee issues. The good news is though that this progression is an excellent place to start even if you have knee pain. If you have knee pain and you start with this progression, you're gonna follow a rehab process while you're strengthening your knees, while you're increasing your range of motion, and while you're learning to master the sissy squat. And this progression is built for everyone. So let's go. And if this helps you, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on an opportunity to enhance what moves you. Let's go through the sissy squat. So to go through this progression, we're gonna need a few very minimalistic pieces of equipment. I've got a slant board, or really a balance board that we're gonna turn into a slant board. I've got a dowel, you can use a broomstick, and we've got a 25-pound plate over here to use as our ledge if we need to. The first place I like to progress people is using a ledge or a slant board. So a slant board, you're gonna put your feet onto the board, and I don't need this dowel, I'm gonna set it to the side. So on the slant board, I've got my toes on the ground, my heels are on the slant board, and we're gonna start to work a knee forward position from here. In fact, I want you to get comfortable going all the way down to this bottom position with your knees forward and then pressing back up through the toes. A sissy squat is kind of the opposite of the squats we normally want to do, where we're accessing more of a posterior chain, we're firing through our heels. With the sissy squat, it's training the anterior chain, the front of your body, your quads, your patella tendon. Is training these things, and if you do it correctly, it can bulletproof them. If you do it incorrectly, it can do the opposite. But really dominant knee angle here, and actually in this position, you're actually floating everything in the knee. It's a whole nother video, but this is less abusive on your knees than doing a parallel squat. So from this position, we're gonna drive through our toes, we're gonna lean back, we're gonna come through it. You can use the slant board, or you can use a ledge, like a 25-pound plate, 45-pound plate. Of course, the higher you go, the more challenging this is gonna be, but still the knees are coming forward. I'm down in this position, and I'm coming back up. These initial exercises are simply just to train the front of your knee to get ready for the sissy squat. That is step number one. Step number two is we wanna start to get into the sissy squat position. Moving some of these things out of the way, this is when our broomstick or our dowel is gonna come in. We're gonna use something in front of us. So you can come here, you can use a squat rack, you can use something to hold on in front of your body, whatever you wanna use. But I'm here, and I'm gonna work on squatting on the front of my toes, driving these knees forward, and you can tell I'm putting pressure into this dowel. So while I'm doing this, you can see here, I'm making an effort to send the knees forward first, end up on my toes, I'm balancing through the dowel, and then coming back up. This is the easiest of the progressions. After this, we'll take the dowel to the side, and we'll do the same thing. Putting the dowel to the side doesn't allow us to rely on the dowel as much for balance as we did when it's in front of us. So we're gonna go to the side for the third step in my progression, working that sissy squat. And then the final step, before we go into a full sissy squat, is you have it behind you. So I've got the dowel behind me, I'm coming back into the sissy squat. You can see I'm barely using it, and then I'm coming back up. Now, you're not just gonna go through it like I just did it. You're gonna take time on each one of these steps to do it on your own. You're gonna go to the gym, you're gonna work this into your daily routine 2-3 times a week. If you have a mobility routine, this is an excellent place to start doing these things, to put this in there with. But it's gonna take you some time to progress through the steps, and take your time with it. You want to master each step of this progression before you go into the sissy squat, because if you skip a step, your knees aren't ready for it and you just open the door to injury. So the final step, of course, you've gone through your dowel, you've gone through your plates, you've gone through your slant board. Now we're gonna go into the full sissy squat. Now, you can do a hand forward sissy squat. This is probably the easiest version. In fact, this would be the next step after we've gotten rid of the dowel, is just getting used to this position. The full version of the sissy squat is for your hands to come behind you so that you're fully relying on your knees and on the front of your body. I'm here at the bottom of the sissy squat. I'm falling back, it's hard to balance it here. And then we can come forward from there. That's the idea. So to do the full sissy squat, hands are back, knees are forward, and then I come back up. you can actually go all the way down to where your knees are on the ground, place the knees on the ground, and then come back up from there. That's showing full control, and I'm lacking a little bit of control. I could work on this. But this is how you do the sissy squat. This is the progression that we've given to a lot of our clients, because people are wondering nowadays, how do I strengthen my knees? You've got the nose over toes guy, you get the ATG stuff with him, and this stuff has been proven to work. But you can't just dive into a movement because you're gonna expose yourself to injury. You have to properly, progressively overload and progress your body into these movements so that you don't hurt yourself and that you're actually bulletproofing your body like you want to. If you're fully going after a knee strengthening routine and a knee rehab routine, we have another video on a different movement called the skater squat, which you can click on now. You can check that video out, and it's just another tool you can put in your bag to strengthen your knees and to build strong quads. So guys, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.